exhausted. Hey, what's going on? Can you guys hear me? All right, I'm going to try to start around 9:30. I'm just going to do a half hour and just kind of wing it. I am like exhausted. I worked 3 12s in a row and I'm like, ugh. So I just felt like doing a wing it night before I start doing videos tomorrow. Whew. I'm telling you guys, man. Oh, I am like exhausted. Like the debt ceiling, just wing it. I think I'm a little bit more stable compared to the debt ceiling. That's probably something that I could probably compare and contrast to the debt ceiling. I looked at SVOL. Of course, this is not financial advice. That's one thing that I may add to my M1 Finance dividend portfolio for phase like 3 out of 5. Honestly, SVLL looks pretty good. What about KLIP? I got like 20 some shares. KLIP is one to really experiment with and see if I can get to get up there. That way I can use its income to buy dividend stocks. I mean, that's kind of a strategy that I have in mind. So I'm kind of just like winging it tonight. I am. There's no way I could do an hour, so I'm just gonna do like a kind of like a half hour night and just have fun and just recharge because mentally I am like, ugh. Yeah, KLIP is very interesting. I find it possibly a really good strategy to load up on and use that income to buy other dividend stocks. I don't know about TSLY and OARK, but KLIP appears to be a little bit better, and hopefully the Apple and Nvidia covered call ETFs are in pretty good shape. What was that? PL up? Is this a Palantir thing? Yeah, Map Money is really big on Palantir. I don't know yet. I mean, it's something that I may do options with in the future. I need to learn how to do options. I don't like IEP. I don't think the revenue is stable enough to continue with the dividend. I mean, investing in certain stocks, it can blow up in my phase. I mean, I would do the due diligence and studying, but it's a risk. I mean, we'll see what happens, but the high yield, I mean, already like what, 20 some percent with TSLY, it's pretty attractive. And hopefully it goes back to where it was. Might not, but that's one thing I may just throw in M1 finance and use the income. I don't like IEP, period. I think they're really blowing up the dividend. They're bad investments. Really, with IEP, I mean, I don't think the dividend's stable. If I was on the board of directors, I'd jump the hell out and leave. It's just not a good, portfolio. Revenue sucks. I mean, you can't keep on hiking your dividend. It's going to blow up in your face eventually. Well, again, I mean, TSLY, ORC, SVOL. Um, the thing with SVOL and those covered call ETFs, what people can do, and this is what I'm doing, this is why I still, I'm going to add QYLD, RYLD, XYLD, and DJIA, and probably JEPI and JEPQ, is really the possibility of using that in the fractional share dividend portfolio to buy other dividend stocks. I wouldn't rely on those completely for passive income, stable passive income when you have realty income who has hiked its dividend over time, and go from there. Mr. Patel, I thought you were watching the Miami game. Oh, it's halftime. Um, yeah, I mean, again, I don't really religiously go after these covered call ETFs. It's a strategy to use to buy other dividend stocks. And that's kind of the way I see it with those covered call ETFs, to buy other dividend stocks. And if you load up in those covered call ETFs, you start making $200, $400 a month with them, and you start buying stuff, other dividend stocks, you're in good shape. I mean, I'm not giving financial advice. I've done it before, and I'm going to rebuy them. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up, by the way. 22 people here. I didn't even realize that there'd be that many people. I would be happy if I would have got 5. Did you guys have a good weekend? So, by the way, I'm almost at 100 shares with Regions Financial. That one I've been really loading up on M1 Finance. Like I said, I'm going after the financial sector stocks and real estate sector stocks because they have not done well post pandemic. There's a lot of uncertainty, and there's the possibility of the. Hold on, I'm reading that. Yes, the long one. I sold Altria. I'm probably going to rebuy them eventually. As I said in my video, I sold them to kind of load up on Energy Transfer and a lot of the energy stocks, and then re-add Altria and British American Tobacco. Um, Consistent dividend income. I mean, you go into something like WPC Carry and all that. Matt Money, what's up? I do own TSLX. I like that one. I mean, that's one thing Matt has done very well with. Matt Money has done well with his options and puts. That's one thing I need to master. Once I'm done, August 4th, that's one thing I promised myself that I would learn how to do options, and I need to do that. So that's something. Any new additions in mind right now? I'm just looking at just the financial sector stocks and real estate stocks. I mean, they've been hit pretty hard. I kind of like the NNN REIT, Realty Income. Matt, I'm telling you, you got to look at Agree Realty Corporation. I mean, you got the income for that one. That one I would consider a rival to Realty Income. It's not as big, but that's one that you might want to check out in the future. TSLX, I mean, I own those guys. I should probably do another remix on those guys as to why I buy them. I'm going to see how many shares I have with TSLX. It's a pretty decent amount. TSLX. Let me see how many shares I have in them. SLG, I think the one thing I looked at SLG is it's so small. I mean, it's in New York. I mean, I just want to see what you think, Matt. It's so small. It's in New York. It's not as big as Stag or as big as the Agree Realty Corporation or anything. It's really, I don't know how they're still standing. TSLX, how many do I have? I know I sold those guys to take for taxes. I have 35 shares in them. I'm hoping to get to at least 200 or so. Do I sell covered calls? No, I don't yet. That's one thing that I'm going to do. I have a Webull account. I need to kind of master that. I don't have enough time to do that now. I mean, you can do really well. It's good to have a balance with that. You know, Matt, another REIT that I got rid of, I'll maybe rebuy just for income is LTC Properties. But I kind of like land right now. It's just slowly going to get bigger and bigger. That's the dividend growth sucks on land, but that's one that I may rebuy in the future. I find that one very interesting. Nice portfolio too. Probably my favorite REIT right now is CubeSmart, CUBE with the symbol. I like that one. Um, Lando, yeah, that's. I'm kind of disappointed in Good GOOD. They just really have not done well with dividend growth. But you know, WPC carries a slow dividend growth. Its revenue and FFO appear to be pretty good. I like NNN. That's a good one. There's a little uncertainty with IIPR. I'm going to be honest with you. So, just be aware of the risks. I like some of them. I mean, there's always a risk with financial sector stocks cutting their dividends, especially if a recession happens. I mean, that happened with 2008, 2009. I mean, there's always a risk with that. I mean, they have rebounded pretty well, but it's not looking very good with the economy. I mean, the regional banks like KeyCorp, Huntington Bank shares, they're a little bit bigger. So that kind of brings my confidence a little bit with some of these bigger bank stocks. Bank of America, some of them, they're in pretty good shape, I think. I mean, don't quote me on that, but their earnings reports and, their revenue each year, you know, brings my confidence in them. I mean, it could totally blow up in my face. That's why I tell you, I'm not giving financial advice. I kind of like the high yield, high dividend growth stocks, and it can blow up. And I may have to do a video on CSCO. Just keep on reminding me in the comment section. So, trying to think. Uh, ARK is doing pretty well. ARK has been down. That's one that I've been buying almost at 100 shares of ARK. I'm pretty excited for that. Just trying to get more people on. I will say that Main Street Capital is looking pretty good right now too. So I'm just reinvesting my dividends, and that's one thing that I may load up on a little bit once I graduate. I may look at 200 shares with those guys. Any comments? There's 17 of you guys. I mean, that's a lot. Actually, I'm really surprised so many people popped on and stuff. That's pretty it's pretty exciting to have this amount of people. It's crazy how this channel has grown. I mean, you guys have been fantastic as well. Yeah, I like I don't think we can do Bitcoin ETFs, Beto and Maxi, uh, over here. It's kind of a shame, but I don't think we can do that. Yeah, Arbor's that's going to be a big dividend day for me tomorrow. Surprise! Guess what my video is going to be on the big dividend day with those guys. But this it's really surprising how a mortgage-backed REIT like Arbor Realty Trust has done so well. I'm just going to continue to buy at the lower prices. I mean, I've been very focused on the real estate sector and financial sector. I mean, that's for me, it's what I'm going after. And then I'll change a percentage on the M1 finance eventually, but to my dividend growth stocks. But, these guys are hit hard, and it's an opportunity to really load up on them and use their um, dividends to buy dividend growth stocks. It's already working with some of the really good stocks. Some of them that you guys mentioned as subscribers, and I'm like, wow, these guys are really damn good. So I'm going to buy this one too. So it's very exciting just to see the dividend portfolio grow. I mean, I'm starting to maybe get consistently at $700 a month at dividends. It's unbelievable. So I'm just going to continue to keep on going. Then I'll be like Matt Money, and I'll have enough for like all those Pepsi stocks or Pepsi shares. Starbucks is one that I sold per a profit to buy other to try to change the distribution on M1 Finance, and I just re-added those guys to M1 Finance, and I'm really excited to get those guys a little bit at a cheaper price because they are a very good dividend growth stock. They have done well against the S&P. They have a really good extensive stock split history. That's kind of what I'm looking for in my long-term dividend growth stocks. I just want my income stocks and high yield dividend stocks. Most of them are dividend growth stocks, the high yield ones, but I want their income to buy stocks like Starbucks so I don't have to pay a dime and buy those really good dividend growth stocks. I have the income stocks just buying them already, and it's very exciting to see the dividend snowball effect kick in. I really didn't think it was possible to retire in dividends. Now I'm starting to see there, I can make it to 40, 50,000 and possibly beyond. So it's kind of exciting. Of course, with inflation, it's a different story. I mean, I have a lot of shares in right now I'm just reinvesting the dividends. I do have Stag in my M1 Finance dividend portfolio with Agree Realty Corporation. So I see my dividend distribution pie percentage should start buying those ones too. So we'll see what happens, but I'm still going to continue to buy Stag. I do think Prologis is way better as a portfolio as an industrial REIT, but I like the monthly dividends with Stag, and I do think there's a long term. Hopefully, they'll start hiking their dividend. Not right now. I mean, most of my stocks. I'm going to be honest. Texas Marker. Texas Marker. In order for me to get rid of a stock, they had to make a boneheaded move. And that would, dividend cut, extensive dividend cut, revenue sucks. Just something really stupid that they do would get me to sell them. And I would be very transparent if I sold a dividend stock for a profit or, no, I did buy, what is it, 45 shares of Zim. I know that they took a hit that one's a risk, but I do think, and this is a risk in the long run, that these guys, as a shipping stock, um, I still like the business model. I get rid of the stock if it cut. Something, it's not completely drastic. I wouldn't consider that drastic. AT&T is something drastic where they promise all this stuff and they didn't follow through. And, they had a reputation of being, a stock that hikes its dividends, and they have this, CEO who didn't appear very transparent. That lost my faith in those guys. Zim is kind of like a stock where you get a dartboard and you kind of, sometimes you hit the center, sometimes you don't, but it's a good wild card play money stock. I still feel confident in that's how those guys are. Uh, they're a big shipping company. They're in demand, and that's going to happen. We're going to be hitting probably a recession, so that's kind of a given with the risk that you take. I'm still buying more. I like the way their business model is. They've been around, and a very aggressive dividend they have. So that's the rules. And it's not going to be consistent. It could be $6, it could be $4, it could be $1. So it's something that is unique to those guys as a company, the way they are with shipping and with dividend distribution. I find that very interesting, and I kind of like that philosophy. So I'm going to continue to buy those guys and hold on to them. Well, I have a lot of videos on monthly dividend stocks. I just saying certain other stocks like Stag and stuff. You got to watch my videos. I do detailed reviews on monthly dividend stocks, like Realty Income and many others. I go over the revenue trends, usually the FFO. I go over an in-depth look at those guys as a company. So, just keep an eye on my channel and watch my previous videos. So, I post a lot of videos. I haven't been as active because of this final semester, because after this week, I have like 150 more clinical hours that I'm trying to knock out. So, I'm just running around in circles right now. No, I don't own SVLL. It's one that's has some interest as a covered call ETF. It's one that I could implement in a strategy in M1 Finance, but I didn't pull the trigger on it yet. It looks. It's as good as advertised. It's not a dividend growth stock. You're not going to get consistency with it, but um, it's if you invest, I will lose hope in you. I mean, it just depends on. There's a covered call ETF with LQD, but I'd have to look more into that. It just depends on what your philosophy is and what you're trying to do with those covered call ETFs. I would prefer buying monthly dividend ETFs to have good dividend growth. Oh, SLVO. No, I got rid of those ones. Um, One, I already warned people that I don't like the way that they are. And they have like an expiration and a certain date, and they did a reverse stock split, all of them. Did I invest in SVLO? I looked at it. I actually sold them for a profit. I just wanted to see what's going on, and it was just like $100 or something like that. But I didn't think it was going to be something like special in the long run. Some people still live by it. I really, what was the one? The USOI. I posted videos on it. Why I didn't buy that one, or SLVO. Yeah, was it SLVO, GLDI? They all did a reverse stock split. It was at 10-1. I mean, that pissed off a lot of investors, and still the price per share is going down. I don't like it. I'm going to hold it and see what happens. I mean, it's not going to blow up to $70 like it was. I mean, there's a lot of big hype train. People are pumping that stock, but it's just very interesting to understand Zim and what they bring to the table. That's like my, it's not my, it's just a play money one to see what happens. And I still like it. I mean, I like the business model. They had one slip up. It's not something that I'm gonna, like I said before in my previous video. I mean, even if I had 400 shares, I wouldn't feel too comfortable with it. So, I mean, some people invest a lot of money in it and made a lot of money, but you know, it's I don't know. It's just long term wise. I mean, it'd be fun to have X amount of shares in it, but it's not something that I can completely rely on. Or you guys. I can already tell that some of you guys are selling them. Oh my gosh, it's already 9:54. I was only going to be on here for a half hour. I'm probably going to conclude this shortly at like 10:05. I did post a video on Zim. Still, I did buy some, and I'm going to see what happens with them. It's a risk. It's not something that I'm going to be upset about if I lose money. It's play money. It's better than going to a casino or throwing, hundreds of dollars at a weekend at a bar getting hammered. It's play money. So that's kind of, I have play money saved aside just for, investments or covered calls in the future. So, it's play money. I'm not upset if I lose money with it. Any other comments before I conclude this? I wish. Well, thank you. I mean, I'm very transparent. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. A lot of you guys. It was just a wing it thing. I just, Needed to just refresh, try to get refreshed after these 3 crazy shifts. So I just want to mellow down a little bit, slow down a little bit. I just wanted to come on here, just relax, have a good night, kind of wing it. It's just one of those nights. Definitely was a lot of fun with you guys. And that's a lot of people that popped in. I was only expecting 5 or so. That's a pretty good group of people. But I'm going to conclude this video. Again, if you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. As you know, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. Disclaimer in the description. I'm literally going to pass out. I am tired. Today's shift was crazy. I didn't even take a break. I mean, luckily I got paid for not taking a break, but it was crazy. And not a fun holiday to work on. Even though I prefer working Memorial Day and Labor Day, it was rough. So you guys take care, have a good one, and I'm going to post a video probably later tomorrow or so. So you guys have a good night and enjoy the rest of your Memorial Day.